One of the big topics of discussion amongst the PWTR hosts and listeners over the past 6 months has been Daniel Bryan and WWE's handling of him. There have been some highlights and lowlights of his run at the top, and it seems as if his battles with the Authority will come to an end at WrestleMania as he laid down the gauntlet and challenged Triple H himself. We've heard many plans for Bryan at Mania, one that I'm thinking of in particular. Now that it seems as if we're moving in a different direction, how do you view a prospective Daniel Bryan versus Triple H match at WrestleMania 30?
I think there's a lot of good that can come out of it, but I think we kind of saw in the crowd on Monday, and I kind of had a little bit of the same feeling where Daniel Bryan just said, give the people what they want, give them Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, and everyone went, well, we want you as champion, but I guess like we'll kind of take it, and that's kind of the feeling I get here is that we want more than this from Daniel Bryan. So as much as this like has a storyline effect, I'm definitely going to be into the match, and if Daniel Bryan wins, it'll definitely be a great moment. There is that kind of like, man, I wish he was in the title match type feel. But if he walks in this match and wins, it'd be amazing. I've often said that they should book this match as the opener and have, if Daniel Bryan wins, he gets inserted in the main event. So Triple H can kind of say, I'm going to keep you out of there. I'm going to give you one last shot to get the shot. And it kind of gives fans, they can have their little safety blanket with Batista and Randy Orton. And they can also, give the fans that support Daniel Bryan, they kind of hope and kind of get them into the show as well. So I think there's a lot that can be done here. We'll see how they handle it. I'm definitely excited for the match, but at the end of the day, there is just a little bit more that I would like to see out of it.
And Manny is joining us on the show right now. You want to go ahead and give your thoughts on WWE moving in the direction of Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at WrestleMania?
Oh, first, let me say sorry for being late. With my new ironclad contract, I'm allowed to show up while the show is already in progress. But
well, damn, kudos to your lawyer. I didn't even know that was in there, so he got one over on me. Let me make a note to go over that today.
You don't have to do that. But anyway, Daniel Bryan, I'm not going to complain. See, it's difficult for me to complain about seeing Triple H in action, and especially against someone with the technical capabilities of a Daniel Bryan. That being said, even though this isn't the match that I wanted to see, I wanted Daniel Bryan to be inserted into the championship match somehow, some way, which can still happen. But this is like the only direction that WWE could go in outside of doing that is having Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. I think to me, it's the most anticipated match currently on the card, in my opinion. So we'll see how it plays out, I guess.
I think that this is actually really good for Daniel Bryan, although preferably I would like to see him actually be inserted into the title match and winning the title. I think that would be the biggest moment they could do. This is probably the next biggest step. And honestly, you could argue that this is an even better option because you get to end the storyline between Daniel Bryan and Triple H. Triple H, they actually played into this on Raw. He basically said that Daniel Bryan is a B-plus player and he only fights big-time stars. So what better way to close out this feud than Daniel Bryan going at the head of the Authority, Triple H? I think that the match is obviously going to be absolutely incredible. I'm very worried about the ending of the match. I think that's the only reason on me holding back on saying we have to have this match. I think that the belt, he can have it at Extreme Rules, but he has to have the deadline is Extreme Rules.
That's not the same, though. That's not the same.
I know. It's not. But going after the head and ending this storyline, it would be nice. But I do think that they need to capitalize on Daniel Bryan. I'm getting the sense that people are on the edge of giving up. And that's what Daniel Bryan is like lightning in a bottle. I have not seen anybody this over since like Rock and Austin. He's even gone past RVD at this point. People are literally hijacking matches to chant for him. They need to pull the trigger on this.
I mean, RVD Daniel Bryan over, but I don't know if he needs to be mentioned in that kind of way.
Daniel Bryan, he needs to beat Triple H, and he needs to win the belt by Extreme Rules. Hell, he may need to win it after, maybe even go for what Charlie said. It'd be a hell of an opener. It's not like he's too big to be an opener. We had Bret Hart do an opening match, and then he won the title. So maybe they could pull off something like that. But I don't think this is a bad match idea. I actually like it. I'm just not exactly 100% sold because of the possibility of who might win.
Yeah, I'm fine with this match. Obviously, if if someone who isn't Daniel Bryan wins, then you're gonna have a very pissed Australian. But regardless of that,
wait a minute, hold on now. Why the hell are we tiptoeing around the issue and walking on eggshells if a certain someone other than Dan? Who else is in the match? Go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say it. You're
Ref.
I could see it.
You all are scared shitless that Triple H will win the match.
We are.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't use surprised if Triple H ever winning a match. That would not be the emotion I would have.
Yeah, I'd hope they wouldn't go in that direction because there's absolutely no benefit to have Triple H, who's on the verge of being out of wrestling completely, winning this match as opposed to Daniel Bryan, who's going to be here for years to come.
I mean, Triple H.
There wasn't any. There wasn't really much of a reason for him to win at WrestleMania 19, but he still did it.
Damn, I walked right into that one. Brandon,
you shouldn't have brought anything up. But overall, I'm looking forward to this match. It's not, as everyone said, it's not going to be the same with him not going for the title. And like, do you want to sacrifice him beating Triple H, which is still good, still great, but do you want to sacrifice that for him not winning the title and having that huge ending with him like having that title and being like a top of the world? Like it's gonna be hard, but overall, this match should be good. This match should main event. I don't think the title match should main event over this, but that's just me. But overall, looking forward to how they progress the storyline and looking forward to the match.
Anyone who's a regular listener of PWTR knows that I've been calling for this match for a while now. Every time Bryan gets close to the WWE Championship, the Authority is right there in some form or fashion to ruin things for him. So it would only make sense and provide a great moment if Bryan was able to finally overcome that obstacle. That's why I say Daniel Bryan defeating Triple H is more important than him winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Because if it's already been established that Triple H doesn't think Bryan is worthy of being a top star, what the hell would him winning the WWE World Championship prove? He's done it twice before, and Triple H's response was, so the fuck what? Winning the title doesn't erase anything that Triple H has said about him, nor does it prove Triple H wrong when he said that Bryan was just a B-plus player. Triple H accepting a match would mean that he acknowledges Daniel Bryan is on his level, and him beating Triple H could mean he's worthy and passes a test. Now, while it's very clear that I look at this as a huge match for Daniel Bryan, you do have some fans who hold the position of world title or bust. We've seen some of that basically on the panel tonight, and hell, Mick Foley, he's one of those people too. But if I'm being honest, if I was to hold the company hostage and say I want Daniel Bryan in the world title match at WrestleMania, it would be less for his benefit and more for the fact that I just don't want to see Randy Orton in the Batista singles match. Like, I would be looking in that situation like, Daniel Bryan is my fucking savior. Like, please save me from that abomination.